Hi there, my name is Enya and I'm an ecosystem analyst at the JNCC. Today I'm going to talk to you about a TSDA project JNCC and partners are working on, which focuses on the topic of scoping potential for multi-taxon analysis using co-located data. We have a good understanding of ecological change over time at a national scale for a selection of taxa, through national trends produced from data collected through national scheme protocols. However, evidence gaps remain when trying to produce regional or landscape scale trends, as the sampling for these schemes is not dense enough to meet subnational needs. We recognise that there is a strong need for this more localised data for multiple different types of users, as conservation decisions and activities often take place at a land parcel, landscape or regional level. We are interested in methods to achieve this local scale understanding, including the potential of using downscaled versions of national schemes in areas of interest. By increasing the density of the sampling strategy, but keeping the in-field data collection protocol the same as in national schemes. This would allow for direct comparisons with national scheme data and ensure that robust and well-tested protocols are being used. The Tracking the Impact project is one example of a project making use of downscaled national scheme data to provide benefits at the landscape level. Tracking the Impact is a landscape-scale wildlife surveying programme running across the central Chilterns and River Chess catchment as part of the Chalk, Cherries and Chairs Landscape Partnership Scheme. The project joins together with existing national recording schemes, the Breeding Bird Survey, the Wider Countryside Butterfly Survey and the National Plant Monitoring Scheme. It uses the protocols and tools used by these national schemes at the local level to provide a denser coverage of count data for birds, butterflies and plants within the central Chilterns. These data are complementary to the national level schemes, as they use robust survey methods which are also carried out at the national level and can draw on guidance and resources created by these schemes. These data also present the opportunity to monitor different taxa within the same squares. The TSDA tasks for this project were to explore the data collected from the project since it began in 2020, to answer questions that will be of interest to regional and local scale stakeholders, and to explore the benefits and opportunities presented by co-located data. So far, we have used the data provided by Tracking the Impact to explore the spatial distributions and mean abundances of bird, butterfly and plant species, which are included in the national indicators for these taxa. This type of data therefore allows us to analyse these locally relevant species at the local scale. For example, we have explored the spatial distributions of species in the farmland bird indicator. This is significant to monitor in the Chilterns area, as the landscape contains large tracts of farmland habitat. Similarly, we can explore the mean abundances of locally important specialist species, such as the Adonis blue and chalkhill blue butterflies, which are reliant on chalk grassland habitat, which is important within the Chilterns. These type of analyses help to identify important areas for groups of species or individual species and could help to make more targeted management decisions to support them. We have also begun to compare species abundances from the Tracking the Impact area to their equivalent mean abundances at the national level. This type of analysis emphasises that national level information may not be relevant for the local perspective, where some species show higher or lower abundances per site than what you would expect based on figures at the national level, which may in turn change the species prioritised for local level investigation or interventions. This type of data also allows you to compare results from the Tracking the Impact area to other areas which are similar in their habitat type or management practices. The next steps for this project will involve collaborating with the UK Centre for Ecology and Hydrology to explore opportunities presented by the co-located Tracking the Impact data. We are unable to explore this using the raw data, so CEH will create simulated data, which will help us to ask questions such as, can we identify relationships or correlations between taxonomic groups in the same area or square? Does co-location of data collection give you a more or less accurate picture of status and trends for each taxonomic group and across groups? We will also consider the social, logistical and ecological advantages and disadvantages of co-located data collection. Tracking the Impact is an example of one approach to increasing our understanding of more local scale species patterns. There is more work to be done to explore the advantages and advantages of this approach compared to alternative options. If you would be interested in doing similar local scale monitoring or would like to be updated on developments in this project, you can let us know through the online form available alongside this video.